everybody, and welcome back to the round table. I do apologize if I sound sick, and if you hear sniffling and coughing, I apologize. I'm coming down with a cold. So, moving on to the main thing here. So I've been writing a story for the past few months. Writing has always been a hobby of mine, whether I'd write 1,000 words a day or 1,000 words in a month. It's always been a hobby of mine. I've always enjoyed it. I'm not a professional author. I'm not a well-known writer, and I don't even have anything published. So why would anyone want to listen to me? I'm still thinking of an answer, but I might have some ideas that might help new writers like me. So for this first topic on writing, I'm going to talk about dialogue. It's one of the hardest things to write when writing a story. Now, I can't tell you how to write dialogue, but I can give you one simple suggestion. Well, a couple. Just make it simple. Don't make it long, and don't make it too short. And always have your dialogue push the story forward. There should always be a reason when you're dealing with dialogue. And always having a reason is going to be a big part of writing, so we'll get into that in another video. But moving on, if your dialogue is too short, then it has no purpose. If it's going to be short, then have it so it reveals a problem or it resolves an issue. Having your dialogue too long, then your reader might just want to skip ahead, or they just might put your book down altogether. So that's something you don't want. So here is what I have done to better understand dialogue. Note, these are just my ways. Not saying it's the way. There are probably way better ways to understand dialogue than just this, but this is how it's worked for me. First is watching movies. Movies are filled with excellent dialogue and pretty mediocre dialogue, but you can learn from watching both good and bad dialogue. I'd suggest watching a good movie with great dialogue first. I would actually watch good movies all the time that has good dialogue. Then throw in a movie that just completely sucks, or watch college student short films on YouTube. Those are filled with horrible, horrible dialogue. Or you can watch one of my videos and watch my horrible performance. That's always fun to do. I was pretty bad. I was in a national competition where we had to make a video about an unbridled spirit, I think it was the main topic. And of course I was the main character. And so you had to see my face. And you know how much I love my face. My performance is pretty bad, and so just watch that and don't do what I do. The next thing to think about when writing dialogue is simplicity. But don't make it too simple. One-word answers are never going to work. Think of dialogue as a story inside the story. Just don't have your character say hi and ask for something and then say bye. You should always have an idea in your head when dealing with dialogue. Throw a conflict in there to make things a little more dramatic. Say your character needs the gun to protect themselves with, but they don't have a gun, so they have to go out and get one. Put yourself in your character's shoes and ask, what would they say or do in this situation, and how would they say it? Next is to throw some action in between the lines of dialogue. You don't necessarily have to have your character say their dialogue all in one paragraph. You should cut it up so they say, 1 to 3 sentences of their dialogue, and then cut it and then put in an action, like them getting up from their chair, or the person they're dealing with leans in closer to the main character, or they started coughing, and then that's when your dialogue needs to be cut. Dialogue alone isn't going to bring your readers in, but putting in simple moves will interest people more. So that's pretty much all I have to talk about dialogue. I'll be covering more writing topics in the future. I'm not going to cover things like plot or themes. Those are just harder for me to talk about, but those are just some ideas to think about when dealing with dialogue. So my original ending for my recording wasn't that great. and it just kind of abruptly ended. So I just wanted to throw in thank you for watching, and if you guys did enjoy, please hit the like button, and if you want to continue to listen to me talk and blabber about stuff, hit the subscribe button, and I hope you guys have a lovely day.